for channelizing the services abroad as well. Association with other premier Government of India organizations, Central Electricity Authority, Central Water Commission, Geological Survey of India, Central Soil and Material Research Station, Central Water and Power Research Station, Survey of India, and so on. All the premier institute, Government of India institutes, is the backup of that cost. The flexibility of associating with private sector agencies as and when required without a moment's hesitation as per the requirement of the project is again a plus point and key for WAPCO's growth elsewhere. Exclusive software solutions to the problems related to power engineering projects. And above all, being a Government of India arm, we have an ability to address the international issues as well at an appropriate forum. Thanks a lot. Tashi Dalal.
It was a lovely presentation, because there's a lot of technical issues and an organization like WAPCO's. An interesting thing when I met their chairman, sometime back in Delhi, Mr. Gupta, is, he said, Professor Saab, we are working in so many areas, even within India, although it's a turnover-wise organization is not of several crores, but the value of work of the 70 countries and even African region, what all they're doing, is much more valuable than, must not say was many times much more valuable than many other PSUs. So I would say, I told him that I value your organization much more than BHEL, although BHEL always gets the limelight. But actually it is this organization like WAPCO's that India has to value. This organization working in many countries, they have great experience. In fact, I told one of my private sector operators in India, who was just connected that is the BS group, we don't have the representative, but they supported my forum, because I need support from all sources. BS Limited is a transmission company, and they did the power grid has to connect the south of India. We did not have a common grid, and this just happened. And it was one of my critical articles. We had a movie called Gangs of Wasseypur. So I wrote Crux of Power Board on my cover, because that power grid chairman had a big trouble because of my story. And he has not taken kindly, but I was very happy. That resulted in the serious issue of connecting southern grid to the rest of the country. And this was achieved by the consortium of Patel Engineering Limited, BS Limited, and the third company was Simplex Group. So these three people together have done the fantastic project with Modi ji, officially will dedicate to the nation shortly. Because this made one single grid for India. So why I am trying to tell you that there are many other companies, probably you are not aware. And I was telling the chairman and managing director, because incidentally that is the only company's board I have taken work on. Because I'll give you background of this company. It's important to tell you, it was a telecom operator. In the telecom business, the tower business was collapsing. Margins were very low. And he was telling me, this will not work. I told him, you convert it into galvanizing, your galvanizing line is there. You convert the whole thing into, from telecom tower to transmission tower manufacture. And the result is fantastic. They are better than RPG. They have done the 1200 kV transmission towers in India, the highest voltage ones, and they have the only stringing capacity. The plant is in Hyderabad. I'm just telling you that please, in your country probably many of these groups are not there. So there are, India is not about these big guys, and what is the turnover? They started as a small company. Turnover of 350 crores in telecom. 1.5 years of my working with them, the company just reported, we were in the AGM, it was, the turnover was 2,250 crores. And they are going to double this. And they are all the big four, the KPMG and everybody is working. But I am telling you, he was interested in that course. Now that is the story why finally I came to, because it was all there, I was not discussing this, but I thought it was well to connect that private companies in India would trust a WAPCO's for their own service and work. A common company. So sometimes in some areas of the government, the private sector is not going to compete with you. They're rather going to call you, probably you have not explored this. You're working with the government related project predominantly in your pie chart. WAPCO's can expand to give this consultancy to, because the last part you said you can work in a trans-government environment, and that may be in your favor than any private consultant of the world. And we are proud that you are from India, so I'm very happy to see an Indian company, doing all this. So big hand to him. See, today we have a couple of heroes. One hero is the great hero for me, and that is Karma Yanthan for sure. Because Karma Yanthan has done something extraordinary. Even within our country, major subject is waste management. Urban cities are becoming, they are squalor of the worst kind, I tell you. If we could have avoided urbanization, I would have been the happiest man. But it is not possible. Because even now, the pitch is, it is being said, and it was a report from the International Monetary Fund, that in the next 10 years, almost 50% of India would be urbanized. The scene is today, that is around 28%. Now we will have 50 to 60% of India urbanized. And morning, as Kazanchisa was telling about the 3 levels of population, 40% the top one, 40% the middle, and 20%, and the 40% last one, below poverty was the 20%, I think, right? You said 40%, sorry. Yeah, anyway, percentage is different, but important thing is, the below poverty line, these people are not going to be addressed if we continue with the same. So we have a very interesting model where we can study how to bring these people out of the line. So I feel, we can only serve them if we have smaller companies, smaller enterprises, issues related to waste management, city management, and I think a very micro work done by Karma Yanthan in this city of Thimphu can be a fantastic example of how to take, and he has to go forward. According to me, he should look from energy from waste. He has just made the energy management, he should go a little one step ahead, and I am with him. So with him, I want him to just share a little bit of experience, challenge for a young entrepreneur. So please come over here. We would like to, all of us would like to be here. Please give it a
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm sure you have been hearing Karma Yanthan. This is Karma Yanthan, by the way. I'm Karma Yanthan. I'm an entrepreneur. I started my project back in the year 2010, and it was our vision, our set of young people. Before I say about our project, waste management has become a subject of issue for everyone today, everywhere in the world now. Recently I was watching American's program, something, and there was a big controversies, and it was all about waste management. And that was the same thing, like it is taking a lot of attention from everywhere. That is what it is said so far. A lot need to be done for waste management. That is how it has been believed. That's how people have been talking about. So back in the year 2010, me coupled with some of my friends, college friends, we wanted to do something about waste management in Bhutan. And the reason was very simple. Our country is so beautiful. We have been branding as clean country, green country. Sorry, the discussion so far has been really all about hydro now, about waste now. And we have been branding so good, like clean country. Sadly, the mounting waste problem that Thimphu today is facing is like our only landfill was getting overflowing. Nobody came forward for this work. And when we started, we were very much informed that we are going to get a lot of support from government in the process. And our intention was very clear now. We wanted to clean city as well as create job for ourselves. And to definitely to make an economy out of trash. That's how we came up, and we are the first waste management company in Bhutan so far. I can now say proudly say we are a company, though it's a private company. And we have exported big amount of recyclable trash from the landfill to, to recycling plants in India. I've been doing that. My Indian friends here might say we are sending trash to them, but it's not that case, because we are converting the trash into raw material, and that's how Indian companies are using it as a raw material. So there's a chain. And now I'd like to say today I'm honored here to people can come and play our part. And collectively, I'm sure we can build a national, very beautiful country now. First hour of my day, I was going to the feeds of Facebook, and I could see our Excellency Economic Affairs Minister's post saying that I think there was an official launch of Business Opportunities and Information Center. And it's very good to know that they are going to generate next 5,000 entrepreneurs. And I'm sure if there's 5,000 entrepreneurs, each entrepreneur is recruiting 10 people, we're going to have more than 50,000 employees. Issues can be solved now, provided rural government come forward and support us. We young people are desperate, I think. We are desperate, but we don't have role models. That may be the reason we young people are not coming forward. And this is the only area where I want to inspire young people to come forward. I've been always telling this to young people. Things are not easy. It was very difficult for us to get government support. I'll have to be very honest here, we didn't get support, timely support. But before we started the project, it was always said, waste management badly needs attention. And government is going to provide all sorts of support now. But as and when we started our project, we were not able to pay ourselves, been knocking doors of everyone, didn't get enough support. I want to say, not didn't get enough, I didn't basically get support. But then I realized one has to be independent to get things done. And this is the only reason I want to tell young people that with having this alliance, I'm sure we can come together, we can raise our voices. This is no revolution or anything. We just want to say that our voices should be heard because young people can offer a solution. Young people are desperate. We are very much hungry. And in this way, I would like to ask young people here who are already an entrepreneur, please get your connected other rest entrepreneurs. We'll have short gatherings where we can discuss, and I look forward to take IBA in a very great height. Thank you very much.
That was my friend, and I always call him my darling, and he's a great guy. He's excited me. What happened, the biggest thing that happened since 2008 in Bhutan is meeting this young man, I tell you. And I was always hopeful of young people. I always thought about young people because they are the future, for any country. In India, with about 58% population of people below the age of 28, you can imagine what we are looking at. So I can assure you, my friend, you are on the right track. And I tell you, we just had a brainwave that we should have this Indo-Bhutan Entrepreneurs Alliance. And I said, it will have no membership fee, it will have no criterion other than people have a passion in areas of businesses. And from my side in India, I have got my mentor chairman, Mr. Santosh Gurika. Everybody knows that he is the founder of the Indian Express, but today he is also the founder and chairman of the Better India Foundation. And we together have decided he is the mentor chairman of this whole body. And ENERTIA Foundation is supporting, and we will bring whatever we require or sponsorship required for the meetings. I want at least 2 months or maybe 3 months if you are conservative. Every 3 months we meet in Bhutan initially. Initially I will not make a meeting in India. First I want to see Bhutan is it. After that we will see what because Indian entrepreneurs with you is mostly you need to select the right entrepreneur. I will definitely help you out in finding partners who are very open, who are very kind, and not only that, they know that difficult circumstances of a country like you and how to go forward. And I have a lot of them, actually thousands of them online there, and you have great friends to make in India. I can assure you, it's a country you must explore beyond you go for education and other things, but explore beyond this. Is going to be a world leader in very short time. I'm telling you, within the 5 years of Modiji's regime, already things would be very different. In 2 years, you will see that things have changed, and you will see India expressing globally in a very strong way. Signs are already there. It's not that earlier governments did not do, but they did not realize. It's like, I'm a reluctant leader. If you are a reluctant leader, there is no leadership. If you are a proactive leader, then there is leadership. For example, I want to see along with Santosh that Indo-Bhutan Entrepreneurs Alliance in a target of 2 years, I want Karma Yontin and them to be the chairman. And we both should be watchmen, nice watch list people helping. Because we want not to lead this in the way to say what there was experience. Everything is up, down, everything you see. But when he was going through that, it was a lesson for me. I don't have to repeat it. I can't be an egghead and like a bullheaded and go and say, no, I am now the biggest next casino and I will do this. So if I saw some failures have happened, some things have not done in a certain way, I learned from people like him. Learning from others without wasting our effort, on again following the same path or trying to do the same thing over and over. It's a very good idea. It's a good aspect. So So it's not only your experiences, my friend, it is other people's experiences. You must take up and learn from them, so that it's easy for you, to carry on your future path and course. Young people have a lot of potential. They cannot be complacent. They are the future leaders for sure. There is no need for a role model. If this does not exist, please yourself become a role model. With that, I want to call Karma Jigme because he is another role model and he must explain what he has done. He has also some trials and tribulations in what he has done, and he is also the other co-chairman here. Both of them together, the two karmas, as I call them, Karma Square, will lead you and help and tell me what I should do from my end and Santosh should do for people in Bhutan and businessmen in Bhutan.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. It was a privilege and honor to be a part of ENERTIA, and I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Professor Iyer for having put us into this platform. I think this is the platform where we need to decide and also to discuss on issues what we are facing today. And before that, I would just like to give you a brief thing on what I had started. Solar just didn't happen. Solar was there in Bhutan for quite some time. And as Mr. Walkley has said that during the government's policy of electricity for all, I think there was a certain percentage given for solar, and there was a huge procurement done by solar during that time, and so many people benefited. But along the line, the solar, to start off the solar thing in Bhutan, faced a lot of challenges, because they faced a lot of challenges. The first thing was the electricity was very cheap. That is the key thing for any solar thing to be successful. Then the second thing was the building of capacity in-house, which in the earlier phase was more of a trader rather than a person coming to do business in Bhutan. And that is what we are facing in Bhutan. The biggest challenge that we are facing is not the opportunities, but the traders coming in and supplying and going away, and our Bhutanese people just looking at them making money, and we are just talking about not having any employment, all this issue. So with this, I think my solar started not with my own initiative. It was started by a through the funding from the Danida funding, where a solar person from Denmark came to Bhutan to seek what they could do in Bhutan. And through his visit to Thimphu and Phinsiling, he visited a lot of entrepreneurs, and through that I was one of them. So I don't know what he found in me, and when he went back, he asked me to be a part of solar water heating in Bhutan. And during that time I was into the wood industry, and as Mr. Kazanchi and everyone is talking about the white petrol, to tell the floor, we have also the green petrol. That is the forest, and no one is harnessing the forest. When you talk of forest, everyone is very skeptical. Oh, we are not going to get forest cover. The forest policy says we need 60-70% forest all times to come. But I would like to tell the floor that being in the wood business, wood is a renewable resource. It will not extinct. We need to have proper plans, policies, and the private participation into the wood resource. And if we are able to do that, we have the resources. What we need is the technical know-how, which we can import, and we have the resources. We have the cheap electricity. We can have one of the, maybe in the region, sub-region, the biggest exporter of wooden products, adding value and making money from our resources, and also maintaining our forests. But still, despite all that, we had other people. We had the multinational donors, that is UNICEF, UNDP, SNB, who strongly supported this sort of initiative. So with this, I had done some pilot testing of maybe around 20 monasteries, whereby monasteries are one of the, because from the picture we are talking about gross national happiness and with the monks. So it always has to start with the monks. And the monks were living in a very pathetic condition in terms of the sanitation was bad, they didn't have water to take bath. So with this initiative, with the UN initiative, they wanted to support solar. And my solar water heating was expensive. Why? Because it was as per the European standard. Now if I had gone with a cheap Indian or maybe a Chinese or maybe the Southeast thing, things would not have worked. But I'm not saying that the things will not work, it will work. But I just wanted to try out, because if it can work in Denmark, it should work here. So with this thing, I was very inquisitive. So I'm not an engineering background, but what I did was I bought the Italian tanks, the Danish solar collectors, and in my factory, in my wood factory down there, I started opening up everything and I started learning through the process. And through the process, now after almost around 2 to 3 years, I've been able, and I can also be confident to say that I can take up water heating sources in Bhutan, and now we are targeting the water projects. And wherever we go, we always have a notion that, oh, solar, you're replacing electricity. I'm saying no, we are going in hand with electricity. We are supporting the energy. What I'm trying to say is, we have a lot of sunshine in winters, and during winters, Bhutan, we import electricity. Despite your hydro talking so much about how much you're making money, but in winter, we are importing. So my key this thing is, in winter we have a lot of sun. So why don't we harness the sun and try to generate electricity or to do the heating. And from my pilot study, I had found out that the maximum heating during winter in Thimphu and all the places is not on lighting. It's on heating water and heating home spaces. If we can reduce the heating, not through electricity, but through solar, back up with electricity with the radiant heating, we can reduce the heat consumption in Bhutan. So we need not have to import electricity from India. With that offset, I was also trying to tell the PEA and the Department of Renewable Energy that you are benefiting in the long run. So in the initial, why don't you come forward and maybe you work together and try to see that these things work. To do that, I need to have a platform. Now, if you don't give me a platform, I cannot showcase what I can do. But with this, there are a lot of hardships, but things are moving. And with the platform, what Mr. Iyer has given, I think there is a lot of things. And I have also collaborated with a Nepal company. I've visited Kathmandu because they are into water heating. Any place you go in Kathmandu, you see water heating being done. So I have a colleague there, and we are collaborating. We are getting in touch together, and maybe in Bhutan now we are going to target the hotels, and let's see if we can come up and be successful. And I think with such a platform, we can seek advice and the experts from India and from the region, and maybe contribute to the energy scarcity that we have here. And in terms of the solar PV, if we can generate and if we can sell to India, like what Mr. Iyer was talking about, the FIT feed-in tariff, I generate the solar and I get the payment in terms of what the Indian people get. It's viable it's a viable project. So if that sort of a consultation goes with the Indian government, and if this professor is able to convince them, and if they are able to give that, I think solar PV, harnessing solar PV in Bhutan has a huge potential. And with this, as I've already come into the platform, I would like to invite any young entrepreneurs who are interested in this, so that we can work together. Let's not fight each other, let's not cut through each other, let's fight together and live in a very harmonious way and be competitive. Like what Mr. Walker was talking about is, we need to have our own people doing it. I agree with him. But at the same time, the government also has to ensure that that is being taken to. If I, for example, as a Bhutanese company, employ all Bhutanese, and if I'm supplying things, government should give me the tender. They should not go on L1. Categories, like if a contractor employs all Bhutanese, he should be given the contract. Whereas other contractors are using the Indian labels. So the certain measures I think the government has to take forward, because private sector, we are in a lot of areas we have faced a lot of challenges. And with such forums, with one voice, I think we can make things happen. And with my colleague Mr. Karma, who is very active and who is very young, I think two of us together, we expect to maybe have some more young entrepreneurs coming forward. And through the alliance, maybe something could happen. So with this, I would like to end with a positive note that energy is the thing for the future. Let's all think that even a farmer can harness the solar, and maybe down the line you will also have a farmer who is also having a PV, who is even having a windmill, generating his own electricity, and not needing the big hydros. And we can give the big hydros to be exported to India. So with this, I would like to extend my heartfelt thankful to ENERTIA, Mr. Professor Iyer, and to the guests. Thank you. Pleasure.
I think, today, at least we could get two young people who have done business in their own way, come here and tell you that it is possible. See, I also want to explain to you, what's happening about this multinational environment. So to open up a little bit, I can understand the concerns that today we are talking of, like you said, we need companies which are only employing Bhutanese. Fine, today that is the focus. But I'll tell you what has happened to HCC, because they are not here, but I'll tell you. One of their presidents, who actually leads their construction area, is a white man. He's a Canadian by origin. So now Indian boards, even the Ambanis, although one Ambani I don't like, that's a different issue. But forget my liking and disliking, but they have expats in the oil and gas sector. So, and I think the top 50 that our people talk about, the top 50 entrepreneurs who are upwards of $2 billion in India. In fact, the expats working with them. I'm not talking Asians. I'm only talking expats. That means they're out of Asia. It's out of Asia expats. The population is today close to 5%, which was nil once upon a time. So we are going towards transnational cultures, I can assure you. So as we go along, this will happen. Even you, I would say your dream should be a little different. Why you make a Bhutanese company here? I think you are good for supplying to India. You're good for supplying to the rest of Asia. I would like you to go and think like that, like a leader. I want leaders. Everybody wants to do business everywhere. Today everybody wants to expand. But the whole thing is exactly the point. None of the people should be fence sitters. Which sometimes people say fronting companies and this and that. All that business is to go. We have to do, real companies have to be there. Both the partners will really work to be partners. Only then it will come true. They should spend 16 hours a day or 18 hours a day model in constructively working and spending the opportunity. If somebody is doing marketing, another person should take care of production and planning. There must be a good alliance. There must be a good method of working together. So that way we can all progress. And I think I've opened this now. Everything is over. And I have some mementos for my friends. And we have the next one. And may I request, I will talk with Ransa once again, because I think it is apt that both the young Bhutanese friends receive it from the man who received the highest silver honor in Bhutan. I must thank here all my partners today, basically Vacos Limited, BS Limited, Vacos, the company, BS Limited, I just gave a brief story on how this company is turning around. CSE, they had nothing to do, they step out all around. So he's canvassing and he's looking at it. I think it's a new innings, when the Guru Chera come together, no? Yeah. That is what it is. Then we have Seva, my friend is not here because Hetal Mehta lost his father, on 14, so he's not here. Otherwise, a jovial person, a man who founded the Renewable Energy Promotion Association with me. And Hetal is an amazing guy. He lives in the probably the richest city of India, Surat, which is famous for its diamonds, world famous, and famous for its textiles. The next time I come, I would like to take some of my business friends like you and have some private meeting also to know what guys can do. Wonderful opportunities like that. And also, that's Seva, it's the Surat Engineering Vikas Institute. Both of us are NIT alumni, that means REC alumni. He's from Surat.